admitting that is fine, okay? You fucked up, alright? Whatever, okay? But you probably should not be criticizing another person for their rapey habits, okay? I'm not gonna lie, alright? It's a little bit ironic. It's a little bit hypocritical, okay? I'm not gonna lie. That's it. Yeah. Just outright saying he's raping people? Yeah, sure. This hypocritical coming from the thoughts aren't illegal guy? Yeah.
Defend because they have empathy for other
Wait, okay, to be fair, thoughts aren't illegal, okay? So, but yeah.
human beings or respect for the autonomy of other
To be
people.
very fair,
Hold on,
okay?
hold on. Those,
To be very clear.
the changes you make on Vyvanse don't just disappear when you stop taking it, because those changes you make aren't like, oh, I take the pill and my brain chemistry automatically makes me act. I think there was something going on at the time in his environment that made it seem more normalized to do fucked up shit like that. I think ever since he started taking Vyvanse, he's wrote it out. He's like completely dismantled that environment. He's away from that. So even now, if he were to stop taking it, he wouldn't be in an environment that would
So when
lead
you
him
say,
back to that kind of.
so when you say there are environmental factors that would normalize that behavior, now normalize could mean a couple things. One, it could mean that he didn't know it was bad at the time, and the other would be that
He knew it was bad.
Okay, so he knew it was bad, but he's around other people that made him not care. How does the environment normalize a consent violation? Like I get like jail, like maybe there's people in jail who like rape other men who would never have done that if they hadn't gone to jail. Is it something like that?
I think it was because they were like sending porn to people to fuck, to like find new people to fuck and shit like that. Like it was a whole thing at the time.
So I have some pushback against this idea that like if you want to fuck a 19-year-old, the best way is to send her a video of you giving a guy a blowjob filmed.
I'm not gonna
like,
argue with you on that. That shit's retarded. Always.
Well, I don't think he.
No
I
one's
don't
gonna
think
defend him actually doing all that shit.
No, I don't think
right?
it's. I don't think
I'm
it's
talking
retarded.
about the fact that he's changed.
I'm not saying that it's wrong to do. I'm saying that the narrative that he was trying to find women to fuck, it feels like you're projecting like a fairly average, normal sexuality of like, oh, I want to fuck hot girls onto somebody who is actually not behaving in a way that really leads to that. Like if I was like, if I asked you like, man, dude, I want to use whatever little scrap of fame I have left. I want to fuck one of my fans. Would you be like, okay, step 1, go on Grindr. Step 2, give a guy a blowjob and film it. Step 3, send it to the fan, and then you'll be well on your way to fuck. Like, no, that's not really.
No, but we established the whole thing where it was like normal to send porn.
Okay, so you're saying that he was in an environment where other people were doing this, and then
I think.
By the way, this is primo content, okay? I'm glad that listen, okay? I don't think you're winning, okay? I don't think you're doing too well. All right, you guys got stuck on this point. It's okay. All right, it's not a big deal. But this is still primo content, okay? I'm so glad that you guys debated in the first place.
That was the whole thing that him and Melina.
No hate.
So again, I still question the morality of watching the content of somebody, especially somebody who talks about consent, who does rape reviews, who criticizes women who come forward with stories of sexual abuse if he doesn't believe them, who decides for the audience who was a rapist and who wasn't.
What says the guy with the rape? What the fuck? Says the real actual IRL rapist? Says the one that isn't even like an e-rapist, but an actual rapist? What? 他在说什么?
Who you believe that even if these are only 2 parts of the equation, that if he is not medicated and if he is around the wrong people, and again, there's this like duality here where Destiny is this really powerful person who's really compelling and convinces people to believe things, and he sets the norms around the things he talks about and around himself and his circles. But also he's this like,
wait, do you actually believe Max is a rapist? Yeah. Did he not confess to it? Like he literally confessed to it? Or are we gonna pretend like what he says isn't actually what he says? Max didn't? Okay. All right, from what I recall, his specific story was he was having a hookup, all right, and the woman really didn't want him to push her down, okay, or go in, all right, penetration wise, all right. But Max said, okay, I had a suspicion that she would enjoy it anyway, all right. So even though she said and pleaded for him to not do so, he did it anyway, all right. So therefore, yeah, that sounds like rape. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, all right, yeah. Like, like, what do you want me to say? Like, like, what do you want me to say?
Teenager who was like hanging out with the older kids who were stealing candy from the store, so he started doing it too. But if you get him away from that wrong crowd, then he'll stop. But I do question the morality.
You're not wrong, but the girl doesn't show objections. Like, in the process of her being pushed down, I think afterwards she enjoyed it, but like that was more like a post realization, right? More than anything else. It wasn't like at the moment she did not consent. She explicitly made it clear that she doesn't consent, right? Like, okay, you know how in some cases no means yes? Right? Does that make sense? Sounds like implied consent, sure. But like in some cases no means yes. But didn't she say that beforehand? That she's like serious about it and he felt like he raped her? If that is the case, then like just going from a possibilities angle, right? Like just speaking purely from a possibilities. I promise I'm not like, fuck, she didn't say no in his story. As far as mine's okay, can someone link me the original story? Fuck. Like fuck. It is good to double check, okay? Yeah.
Of buying into all of that and saying, well, yeah, I'll just watch him, and as long as he stays on Vyvanse, and as long as he keeps reading books and doesn't hang out with the wrong people, then he won't be a sexual predator. I still think that's, even if everything you're saying is true, and I still don't think it is, that doesn't clear the bar for me of like somebody I want to watch.
If we believe the story as he presented, I wouldn't call him a rapist. The way he described she was like being a brat. Okay. Her being a brat is not a part of anyone's narratives, not even MrGirl's, okay? If she was a brat, MrGirl would have said so. All right? If it, again, like I said before, a no is yes scenario, okay? No is yes scenario, brat, okay? I don't know. Regardless, okay? I'm just saying MrGirl shouldn't be the one that's criticizing Destiny on this, okay? That's what I'm saying, all right? Like, whether or not you believe it's rape, the fact that he even confessed to this, like fuck, right? Like,
you gotta believe it's true.
Shit.
That's the issue. If you believe it's true, then why wouldn't you?
Can I make an argument?
Yeah, Brad pushes back in a playful way. From what I remember, I don't think that happened, right? I don't think she was pushing back in a playful way. That wasn't a part of the story. So yeah, just don't add aspects of the story that wasn't even included.
Most people wouldn't even give a fuck about the moral side of it. They're just like, okay, well, if he's changed, who cares? We're just gonna continue watching because we enjoy it for that kind of.
You don't
content.
have to watch somebody. You don't have to watch somebody read the news to you and talk to you.
Yeah, being a brat is also not the same as saying no. Yeah.
For 40 hours a week.
Is that what he does?
But like I'm just saying, like I mean it's a very, very common fetish of like no means yes, okay? Like obviously. Like I feel like MrGirl would have said that. I feel like MrGirl would have said that it was a non-consensual, like consensual non-consent, no? Like if it was consensual non-consent, he would have said so, right? Why the fuck would you leave that out?
It doesn't matter. I'm making fun of Destiny and saying that.
I know.
I retract my cruel joke about him. My point is, you don't have to watch someone else and.
Yeah, he brags about turning a no into a yes. That's specifically what I remember. He brags about turning a no into a yes, where yes, it was at first non-consensual, but then he made her like the rape, basically, is what he's saying. And then she wanted to come back in the future because she thought that rape was hot, right? That's what I could tell what happened. Yeah.
This is a false dichotomy.
Come on, buddy.
So your question was, is it possible for sex addicts to change their behavior? Again, I think the sex...
Which, by the way, again, it's fine, all right? Even though it's not okay, all right? Let's just say you get with somebody after that. All right, whatever, man. All right, do your thing. Okay, you guys are both freaks, I guess. But, you know, at the same time, it's like, yeah, I'm still not going to deny that it's kind of, there's some part of it that's kind of fucked up, all right? Because I can totally imagine a scenario where she doesn't like it, okay? That she feels like she's being raped. Yeah.
Sex addict thing is running a lot of cover. It's not like he was...
Hold on, answer that question.
The problem is that, one, sex addict is running a lot of cover. It's not like he was like compulsively going to prostitutes and cheating on his wife or something. What he's doing is reprehensible consent violations, somewhat akin to rape. Okay, so the other issue here is that is it possible that this person who compulsively behaves in a way that is harmful to those around them is a compulsive sex predator or criminal of some kind? Is it possible they'll stop? Cannot be the bar.
Yeah, it's the first time, which, so you don't know them.
Let me finish. Is it possible they will stop? Can't be the bar by which we judge them, because the answer to that is always yes. It's possible that Ted Bundy would kill 10 women and then stop. It's possible. It's possible that a serial child molester molests 150 kids and then becomes the best babysitter in the world. Those are...
Yeah, like, well, I mean, have Destiny molested 150 kids? Like...
Possible. But that's not how we make decisions rationally about who we should entrust power to.
Yeah, but...
Will Skittles stop with medication? If they are egotistical enough to the point where they feel like they don't need the medication, they will stop the medication. But if a person with schizophrenia genuinely want to improve, like, feeling like good and in control of stuff, then yeah, like, of course they're going to continue taking the medication. Yeah. By the way, okay, just a fun fact, okay, schizophrenia is like one of the most devastating mental illnesses ever, okay? Like for yourself specifically, not for other people. Because people like to imagine schizophrenia as something where, you know, you are harming other people, like a schizophrenic serial killer or something, right? But in reality, I think schizophrenics are so much more likely to hurt themselves, okay? But yeah.
You weigh the odds.
Yes. And so, but in weighing the odds, is something possible is a binary. That means, is there a 0.00000 or 0.00001% chance that Destiny won't offend again? That can't be how you measure. Dude, that's giving Destiny basically this infinite leeway to just keep doing whatever he wants. Every time he does something else horrible, you can just ask that question. Given. You can just ask that every time he does something horrible or abusive. You can ask that question: is it possible this is the last time? And then if the answer is yes, then you keep watching?
No one is arguing that it's going to be the last time, right? Even if you were to continue raping forever, I think he'll always have an audience. And there will always be a benefit to his, like, political content. I think that is the omega bullet that you might need to bite down, all right? The omega bullet is, yeah, he's going to continue becoming harmful fucking forever, all right? And? What you gonna do, huh? Tell me to stop watching? The fuck? Don't we all watch Donald Trump? I'm kidding. Okay? But I'm just saying, it's like, there's always gonna be some benefit to his political content no matter what, okay? Anyway, yeah, that's the point.
The answer is always yes. Of course it's possible this is the last time. It's basically there's this infinite charity given to Destiny that you would not give...
Hold on.
That he would not give to anyone else.
He also did the same.
Also, by the way, okay, like, I'm just saying, all right, like, Destiny is far from the very worst. I'm sure there is a line that everyone will draw where if he does enough bad things, like, nobody will watch him anymore, right? Obviously. But the thing is, and the reality is, like, Destiny fills in a niche that other people are not able to fill in. And that's really the beginning and the end of it. As long as someone's content is good, yeah, like someone is just straight up not going to stop watching him, okay? No matter how many children and women and men and women and children he raped, okay? I kill them all, the women, the children, okay, and the men, the woman, and the children, okay? But...
thing to Cherry recently
I rate
by
them
saying
all.
the altercation she had with Max was a quotation false allegation to kind of loop it in with the idea that she'd made a fake rape allegation to make it sound more serious. Obviously, it was a misunderstanding, right? And it was a negative experience.
And one which I
imagine.
Even at the time,
I don't think
Max is always talking about himself. How many second chances did Destiny give to Max? Probably a lot, okay? Now that I remember, right? Isn't it the case that they've burned their bridges on stream, like, multiple times? I feel like, fuck. Like, I feel like now that I think about it, I feel like Destiny gave Max so many fucking second chances, yeah. And more lenient, more lenient with Max than any other orbiter, right? Just simply because they were personal friends, right? I mean, call it nepotism, but fuck. High control, yeah.
He's splitting you that.
Even at the
Max,
time, I
the
told her
point
that
is-
I told her that I
That's what
thought
he's
she'd.
doing.
Even at the time, I told her that I thought she did the right thing by speaking out if she thought that I had sexually harassed her somehow.
Yeah, sure. Which is fine.
Okay.
So like, and it's your choice to like reconcile on that, right? But it's Destiny who's making these weird chat messages saying Cherry made a false allegation, right? You know, he's using very specific language to
Wait,
sort of make
inserted? Oh, I'm sure.
associations by doing that.
Also, by the way, like Destiny himself, okay? All right. Fuck. Okay, I forgot what I was gonna say. I'll remember it, okay? I promise.
I think there's more to the story. I just I think he's implying that,
what would you call an attack on somebody's moral character that is not relevant to the case?
Hold on.
Smear.
Do you think that's unfair?
Yes, I think it's unfair when somebody accuses you seemingly credibly, and it's not like it's not debatable. Either he did it, either.
Here, I can name off 2 times in which Destiny still has not burned the bridge with him, even though he should have, okay? Number 1, alright? Making countless anti-Destiny posts on the r/Destiny subreddit, okay? Schizo replying to every single comment in that thread where it was criticizing Max, okay? That's the first time in which, to anybody else, you would have disconnected from them, okay? Number 2, alright? There was this time where on stream, Max was saying, yeah, I don't think I can support you anymore because of the way that you're doing things with your orbiters. I don't think it would ever, all right? In that case, like, why should you even give this person any air or room to breathe, right? You should just be disconnecting him. Well, I guess that didn't happen, right? So, again, that's number 2, okay? So you know, I'm just saying, I feel like Max has been given more chances than any other content. Like, do you guys remember Brittany Simon? Like how fast Destiny cut off Brittany Simon the moment Brittany Simon went cuckoo crazy, or not cuckoo crazy, but made like one stream against Destiny or some shit, and then Destiny was like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna cut her off. Really? If we were to compare Brittany Simon, okay, Brittany Simon with MrGirl, all right, it's not even comparable, all right, and they were both considered genuine friends, okay, like even among friends, I feel like Destiny gave MrGirl like the benefit of the doubt, like even then. So, like, fuck, I don't.
Either yes.
Tit for tat.
What's the tit?
Yeah, the bubble.
That she accused him of secretly recording her?
He keeps bringing up the 15-2 thing. That's probably the tit for him in this situation.
And what's the tat? Secretly recording her?
Obviously. No, I don't know. That's the tat.
I'm asking you. Do you think that
did he leak that on purpose as well? Did he spread that on Kiwi Farms on purpose?
He recorded it on purpose.
Sure.
I'm asking you what you think. You're saying tit for tat. I'm asking you, do you think that he recorded her and or leaked it in retaliation for her tweeting about the details of their sexual encounter?
That would have to mean that he was planning on spreading it around for whatever reason.
I'm asking you what you think.
Hold on, no. It's only retaliatory if that's the intention.
I'm asking you if you think that.
Intent.
Yes, I'm asking you if you think
Obviously.
That. Do you think that Destiny recorded and released via DMing to one person or multiple people a sex tape in revenge porn in retaliation for Cherry tweeting about the details of their sexual encounter?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that's the retaliatory part.
The retaliatory part is just the messages.
Yeah.
Even in your framing, she tweets out the 15-2 thing. Then he secretly records her, or he's already secretly recorded her, and sends it around.
Oh my god, does anyone remember 15-2? Holy cow, dude. Just what? Oh my god. Yeah.
Then she finds out about it. And then she says, I'm reporting you to the police. And then Destiny thinks, now, you know what? It's time to retaliate for that tweet about me 2 years ago.
Yeah, I just think there's more to the story here. That's
I'm
I won't
asking you what
speculate on that.
you meant. I'm asking you what you meant.
That's what I
You
mean.
said tit for. Okay, that's what you mean. So if that's what you believe about this person, I just want you to take a step back and look at that behavior.
Hold on.
You said tit for tat. I asked you what's the tit and what's the tat. You said the tit is Cherry's tweet 2 years ago. The tat is Destiny's recent chat messages saying that she falsely accused me and now I'm not backing him up when she's accusing him. In between this retaliation and the original offending incident, Cherry has confronted him for secretly recording their sexual encounter and distributing it, and she's reported him to the police. Now, I want you to just sit with that for a second, that after that happened, Destiny...
I wonder if anything will come out of that, just mainly because it's like, for something like a recording, isn't that like really fast? Like, fuck, like aren't people arrested, or not arrested, but like taken downtown like real fast because of that? Like, no? Fuck, I mean, I don't know too much about, you know, recording shit, okay? Just, my landlord may or may not be recording me as well, okay? Hello, landlord. But anyway, the point is...
He thought, oh, this is the perfect time to retaliate for that tweet about our sexual details 2 years ago. And I want you to think about what kind of person thinks that way. And if you...
pretty petty person, I would say. Vindictive,
I think
even.
Is there any proof she actually filed a police report? Not that I remember. I think you should be... I think you should show proof that you filed a police report, though. I think so. Yeah, if you're gonna claim you filed a police report. I'm pretty sure that showing people that you filed a police report does not show that you fuck up the police investigation. I don't think that fucks up the police investigation, okay? So yeah, I think she should be able to prove it. Hold on, let me see. Can you share your police report without compromising the investigation? Law enforcement agencies. Okay, not talking about the agency. Okay, I would have to Google. I have to Google. Well, I mean, anything, right? Even just showing that you call the police in the first place would be helpful, no?
I think petty might be putting it lightly. Is this the kind of restrained, high impulse control behavior that makes you think that you can trust him not to lash out, act out sexually, or sexually offend? If he has the proclivity to do so, is his current behavior making you think that he is in a state of mind that Vyvanse and his environment have been conducive to him essentially having his shit together and controlling his behavior? Does he seem like he has control over himself?
Absolutely. I think he knows what he's doing.
Really?
Whether that's good or not. You really think he's just like completely losing his mind?
Does he seem remorseful?
I don't think he would seem remorseful for the Pixie.
Didn't he seem remorseful in that initial message towards Pixie? Until they have actually started to make a move against him? I feel like he has, right? Because at that point, then she's become like an enemy combatant, right? But in that instance, yeah, he does acknowledge that she is the victim here. So yeah, anyway, I don't know. I love that setup. Who is that guy walking behind you? My landlord, okay?
Shit,
say no.
Hold on. If he's showing remorse with the legal case, would probably tank his case.
Erudite would still be
maybe
around
not for the Cherry shit. No, doesn't seem like he's
remorseful for anything.
Okay. All right. Cherry should prove. Sorry, Cherry should prove it. Okay. If I go to the police and report a crime, are the police allowed to publicly announce what I told them and who said it? Yes. Allowed is not a very specific term. The reason is because it is police reports are open public records. Yep. So you should be able to show it. Yeah. It is an open public record. Okay. Yeah, I think Cherry should be able to prove it. Okay. I think someone should demand proof from her that she has filed a police report.
Not right.
Pixie's just after money and all of those other weird comments in the chat.
Okay, so are you saying...
Look, I'm not saying she hasn't, okay, but it would help calm some people's minds, all right, who says that you may or may not be grifting, okay? Or not grifting, but like just faking things, all right, which you have done before, so.
Now
That's not
that
what
his...
remorseful people do.
Are you saying now that you believe his current chat
Well, I
messages
think based on his DMs before everything came public, seemed remorseful to me. But
are you?
But he always said that she can do whatever she wants at all points.
He immediately
you
leaked
can
all
do
of her
what you
suicidality
want.
as soon as she went public. Is that remorse? Is that like, oh,
Not a lawyer, but I believe that the only time police reports are kept private is if it pertains to a sensitive subject, such as domestic violence, which no, it is not, or a sexual assault, which no, it is not. You can also request the officer to write you in as a John Doe on the police report. Yeah, okay.
do whatever you want, I won't retaliate? Talk shit about Lonerbox when Lonerbox streamed, but told him he wouldn't retaliate. I would just be curious how you think that's remorse when it's just lies, but go ahead.
Hold on. She sued him.
So if someone sues you for something bad that you did, you're not allowed to be remorseful.
Is defending yourself retaliate? Is defending yourself in that?
Remember when Kelly said that she would eat Cherry's miscarriage? Yes. And she has technically apologized, but I don't think she actually means it. Okay. But
retaliation.
A lot of this stuff has been retaliatory.
Yes.
Because of the way that he's doing.
Oh, by the way, Kelly is a really good example of a narcissist. Okay, like she is textbook narcissism. All right, textbook. All right, it's not even close. It's not even close. She is textbook. Okay, textbook narcissist. Okay.
Dude, and then defending yourself.
So you know that I wasn't talking about it being like trying to defend himself. Yes. You know that it's specifically he's being retaliatory and the stuff that he's leaking about people that's unnecessary and cruel and spiteful, right? Leaking like Cherry's logs from over a year ago is completely unrelated to this and is just trying to make her look, quotations, crazy. But also it doesn't matter if she was crazy a year and a half ago. It's irrelevant to now. And also crazy people can still be victimized and harmed. So why would he do that?
That's retaliation. I already said the Cherry shit is probably retaliation. That's what I said.
So if you're being retaliatory, then how are you remorseful? All she did was make a couple of tweets because he completely ignored her messages when she asked, what the fuck, why are there secret recordings of us? And he blocked her. And then has immediately gone on a fucking schizo rant in DGG. Like, unnecessary. He could have just shut up and not spoke about her at all.
Can I give a real quick concrete example for this guy? So he told Lonerbox explicitly, you can go public with this if you want. I understand. I really fucked up. I hurt somebody close to you. I will not retaliate. And then when Lonerbox made his public statement, he literally watched it and called Lonerbox a liar.
Did he say that?
I don't remember that. He said...
Did he say that? I don't think that happened. Wait, hold on. Did he say Lonerbox? I don't think so, no?
I can find you the exact quote. Not verbatim, no. I can find you the exact quote.
Okay, dude. Not verbatim. All right. Okay. Then show us why you think about it like this.
Why do I have to leak logs for this guy to be truthful about the timeline? What does that mean? Would you not say that that is tantamount to calling him a liar?
Didn't he literally correct himself after that? Is that retaliation?
So it feels like you're saying that when it makes Destiny look good, he's in control. And when it makes him look bad, he's out of control. So this recent, what people are calling a crash out.
Flip that.